I'm pissed. What did I just watch, bro? I'll tell you what I just watched. I watched broad daylight robbery right in my face. I watched the PGMOL. I watched whatever refereeing was going on play in my face by not sending Diogo Dallo off today. What is VAR for? I don't understand how on earth anyone could look at that challenge by Diogo Dalot on Jeremy Doku today and think, yeah, that's deserving of a yellow card and a yellow card only, right? Player endangerment goes out the window, right? Fair play goes out the window. Logic, reasoning, out the window, right? Dalot is just a yellow card, man. Right, you didn't almost just break Doku's leg. You didn't almost just tear his ACL, do his ACL in. You didn't just do a high boot right to Doku's knee. Are we watching the same thing? Are we watching the same thing? What is going on with the refereeing in England, man? How can anyone look at that and not say that that's a red card? I don't know. I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm pissed. I'm sad. I'm all these different things. But I can't even I can't even use Dalot not being sent off as an excuse. Because although he 100% should have been sent off, and United should have been playing the game with a man down for 80 minutes, we cannot we can't deny the fact that City were god awful today. We can't deny the fact that City were looking like shells of their normal selves today. Everything was god awful. That can't be denied. Let's make that thing very clear right now. City were not good enough today. Haaland was non-existent today. Foden, he only played the first half. Apparently, he broke his hand in the first half, and that's why he had to get subbed off at halftime. But Foden, non-existent in the first half. Cherki, not very existent in the second half. Rico Lewis, pretty poor. I'm not going to get on a lane because he's a youngster. I'm never going to do that. You know, he has virtually no experience in the Premier League whatsoever. He had to get recalled to the first team because of Guardiola and Ruben Diaz's injury. So I'm not going to bash on him at all. I don't think he played horrible. I don't think he played all that bad. Was it amazing? No. Did he struggle a bit? Yeah, absolutely. But again, he has virtually no experience in the Premier League, right? And this is his second Premier League match. And it's at Old Trafford. And it's unfortunately against the Manchester United side that all of a sudden now all these players want to play for the badge and you know, play for the manager and you know, player bounce FC, moments FC, right? Manchester United want to come out and look like what Manchester United fans have been asking for their team to look like on the field. Now all of a sudden they want to do that. Go figure. It just had to happen against City, right? And watch when they go up against Arsenal next weekend. It's not we're not going to see that. Are we? I don't know. I hope so. But anyway, as I was saying, City were god awful today. Off the mark, not good enough. They weren't winning the first balls. They weren't winning the second balls. God, City made Casemiro look like prime Casemiro at Real Madrid today. Bruno Fernandes had an amazing goal ruled offside. We pretty much let Mason Mount score to make it 3-0, and that one was ruled for offside or disallowed or whatever it was. I was too busy, you know, having a little temper tantrum in the middle of the explanation as to why it was disallowed. So I didn't really get that part, but still, you know what I mean? And Bomo had hella chances to to put Manchester United up and increase the lead and everything. It was just bad. It was bad. Kusanov had poor positioning on Manchester United's breakaway goal. In defense, it was just everything was bad, completely bad. Haaland, nothing at all. He had to get subbed off, and we brought on a youngster pretty early into the second half to replace Haaland. Or not early, maybe like around the 65th, 70th minute or so. I don't really remember. But yeah, it was just bad. It was bad, but I don't want to take anything away from Manchester United either, because they were 100% the better team, even though they should have been down a man for most of that match. I'm never going to let that go, by the way, because that is ridiculous. If you haven't seen it, go see it, and you're gonna be baffled yourself. And the excuse, no, I can't get into it again. I can't. But yeah, like Manchester United, full credit to them. They were the better team. They 100% deserved the win today. They looked absolutely amazing. And it's crazy because for City, this is the second team in less than 2 weeks, just about less than 2 weeks, where they're playing a team that's virtually got no manager, right? With Chelsea, he fired Enzo Maresca just 2 days before the match against City. And then here, Ruben Amorim got fired a while ago, and then they had a caretaker, and now they appointed Michael Carrick as the actual permanent caretaker for the rest of the season. And Carrick pretty much has only had 3 days to prepare. He went with the group apparently on Wednesday or something like that. So he's only had a few days to prepare for this match, and City blow it. We blow it, and this was a match that City needed to win desperately, because who do Arsenal have next? They've got Nottingham Forest, and if Arsenal win that match, if City didn't get the 3 points today, and Arsenal end up getting the job done against Nottingham Forest, guess what? It's 9 points clear at the top now, and I don't want to throw in the towel this early or anything, but you're thinking 9 points clear at the top, it's virtually game over, no? Essentially, how do you come back from that? Honestly, City would have to go a whole 2 months without losing a single match, and hoping that Arsenal lose at least 3 matches in the span of 2 months. And yes, that is very doable, but have we seen Arsenal this season? They look unstoppable. They look like they're always finding a way. Somehow, some way, they will always find a way this season. They have shown that countless times. And they've been hit with a lot of injuries as well. And they've still been able to manage it brilliantly. So, Arsenal and Forest are about to play in a little bit. So, based off of what we've seen from Arsenal this season, I'm only assuming that they're going to get the 3 points. And if that's going to be the case, then congratulations to Arsenal. The season is yours. What can we really do about it? But again, obviously, I don't want to say that. But with 9 points clear, I'm not really sure if I saw it with the City Pool rivalry, or especially back in the 2018-2019 season, where Liverpool only had one loss that entire season in the league, and it was actually the City. And Liverpool still ended up coming in second place. City ended up winning the league that season. But Liverpool were in first place for a majority of the season that year, if I remember correctly. But I don't remember what the biggest gap Pep Guardiola's City side has been able to overturn in order to take top spot and ultimately go on to win the league. The only season I remember there being a 9-point gap between City being in second place and whoever was occupying first place was in the 2012-2013 season, which Manchester United ultimately went on to win. And that was actually the last time they won the Premier League as well. But there was like a 9 point gap. I think by when was it? I think the second derby of that season. So it was like around April time. It was like April or March or something like that. There was United had a 9 point gap on City. Um, and United ended up winning the league. That's the only time I remember a 9 point gap between City being in second place and whoever's in first place. So if I'm right in saying that that was the last time that something like that has happened, historically speaking, man, this hasn't been overturned before. So, yeah, everything was just god awful today. Rodri off the mark. I'm gonna give him a little bit of leeway considering the fact that he's recently come back from injury. It's gonna take some time for him to get into the swing of things in order for him to get back to his ultimate peak, right? Nico Gonzalez is out injured, so Rodri is essentially got no cover, which is very unfortunate. Guardiola and Ruben Diaz out completely. Yes, we signed Marguehi, which is great. I'm really hoping that he comes in to bolster the defense because I can't even lie. Look, I remember back in early November or something like that, I was saying how it was right before the November international break. I was saying how I'm not too worried about City defensively speaking because at that time, City were tied for second best defense in the league. At that point, they were tied with Tottenham. And then ever since the team has come back from international break in November, City have just been struggling defensively completely. They've been letting goals in left and right. You know, it doesn't seem like City are able to keep a clean sheet all that much anymore. And that's obviously concerning because of the fact that, like, if we are able to overturn something, Arsenal's got the best defense in the league. City are the highest scoring team in the league, but the goal difference, if we keep on letting up the way that we have been, then I can't help but think that Arsenal is just going to take the advantage. If City, end up actually turning things around and we end up level on points some way, somehow, right? Like, so yeah, I'm hoping Marguehi can come in and really solidify the defense and make things a lot more challenging for opposing teams that are coming and trying to score and everything. Semenyo has started brilliantly with his City career. Today was his third match in a City shirt. He's got 2 goals. He scored in his first 2 games for the club, which is great, amazing. So yeah, I don't really know what the solution is. Today it just seemed like City didn't really want it enough. Ultimately, that's what it was. Michael Carrick got everything spot on today. The team selection, the tactics, the energy that Manchester United displayed today was unlike anything that I have seen from United in a really long time. Like, that was a proper derby match and derby performance from Manchester United. So top marks to them because they definitely deserved the 3 points. They had a lot of chances. They made City look like shades, or whatever the phrase is. They made City look like shades of who they actually are. And yeah, so top marks to them. I can't get over the fact that Dillo should have been sent off. I really can't. That's really soured my day. I don't know what to do about that because obviously if Dillo gets sent off, it's a whole different ball game, right? So I don't know. Yeah, look, I don't really have much to say. I don't have anything much else to say. Like, it was just completely poor. Haaland was non-existent. And he's been kind of non-existent for the past few games now, which is a little concerning. But we're getting Omar Marmoush back now that Egypt is out of the Africa Cup of Nations. So I'm sure Haaland can use a really well-deserved rest and maybe some time off the pitch, or maybe just not starting the next couple of games just to give him some rest and everything. So Marmoush coming back is going to be a huge help for the team. I'm hoping so. Foden, he's been kind of like the spark has been simmering down a bit. I hope that he's able to find that again soon because we really need it, right? And yeah, that's really it. That's really it, man. The team just didn't look hungry today. That's ultimately what I can boil it down to. They just didn't want it enough. I don't know. It's like they were expecting. I don't know. Maybe they underestimated United, and they were caught. They were caught off guard so hard by United's energy and ferocity on the pitch that they were just like, "All right, dog, you got that one, bro. I'm gonna just give it to you." But yeah. Anyway, that's all. That's all I have to say, really. Arsenal, ball's in their court. We'll see if Nottingham Forest can do the impossible, the unthinkable at this point in time. We'll see. Look at my face, man. I look like I'm going through it. Look at these eye bags. I'm like under so much stress. Not stress, I'm in disarray from the performance. So, yeah, it's a tough one to take. It really is, man. I don't really know what else to say. Let's see who City have next. 2-0, man. That's just like... All right, Champions League at the midweek, and then Wolves on Saturday. That's where we have to get things back on track. Wolves on Saturday, because after that, it's Tottenham. So we'll see. It's going to be a big game. But yeah, let's see. Hopefully Nottingham Forest can do something, put do City is solid. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Take it easy. I just wanted to kind of like rant a bit. Didn't really have much of a analytical thing, point of, this is just a raw reaction right after the match. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.